Welcome back to today's video. So I got a really cool, interesting speaker here. Now, from watching Mr. Mercury Fix His channel, I've seen this. He had one like this mounted on in his intercom system, and I found one on eBay for a cheap price. And so I decided to get it because it's kind of, I don't see these very often, and I think it's cool looking. It's a 4J, and it's really big. It's an 8-inch speaker. As you can see right here, I've never seen these ever in my life. They do make 4J pendant speakers. That'd be really cool to have too. Oh, there's Tilly. Now, this didn't have a 70 volt transformer, which I was kind of expecting because it didn't show 70 volt transformer in the listing. But I was expecting, a mounted one that had different taps you could choose from. But that is fine because this is an 8-inch speaker, and you can find any ceiling speaker that's 70 volts to put in this enclosure. So my JBL over here, I could put my JBL driver in the speaker and make it 70 volts, but that's going to require some dissecting as they put this wire with some, what do you call that material? But I'm gonna get like maybe an Atlas 70 volt speaker off of eBay, just like a speaker driver, and put it in this cabinet because this is not a 70 volt speaker. This is just a regular AV speaker. There was some modifying done to it, but the enclosure is good, and nothing's damaged, and nothing's wrong with it. The bass that this cabinet produces from it is amazing. It's awesome sounding, and I can't imagine if you've got a really bassy, like one of those older bassy ceiling speakers, and you put it in this cabinet, it'd be booming. This does have a good bass. It does resonate bass really good. You see this is a common 4J grill. And yeah, I'm not going to mount this to my wall. It's going to be sitting somewhere for a while until I decide to get an Atlas speaker driver to put inside that's 70 volts. Then I can add it to the system. And also, I gotta get me a more powerful amplifier if I want to add more speakers to the system. But yeah, this is our setup here. I know, ignore that. That's good for just temporary use. I had to take apart my TV system to make this video. But yeah, this is a really awesome speaker, and it's cool. It's just cool looking. I don't know if these are rare or not. I don't see them much on eBay. I don't see them in general. But yeah, these are supposed to be 70 volts, but this one had the transformer removed, which I'm fine with that because you can easily put a 70 volt driver in here. But yeah, those are good old Tilly. Let's get to the speaker test so you can hear the bass from it. Alright, the instrumental we're using is called You Like It, and it's by YouTube Audio Library. Or it's YouTube Audio Library. That's the YouTuber you can find it from, and that's what it's called. So yeah guys, let's get to the test. I did make sure there wasn't a transformer inside of here. You can hear the bass from it. It's epic. See, the speaker had some bass to it right there. And yeah, this is overall pretty good speaker. The speaker driver sounds pretty cool. Kind of sounds muffled. It has a lot of bass to it. Now, I'm thinking about putting a JBL inside of it. the JBL driver, but at the same time, I'm not sure. But I bet you if you put the JBL driver inside of here, they'd be really booming with bass. Because those JBL speakers have some bass to them. But yeah, hear that feedback. But yeah, it's a pretty good speaker, and the closure is really cool looking. It reminds me of those stadium speakers, which this is not a stadium speaker. This is just like a indoor speaker, I guess, because this speaker's not designed for outdoors. But yeah, it's overall pretty cool. So you can mount it on the wall right there. A lot of bass to it. Thanks for watching today's video. Like, subscribe, and peace. Say bye, Tilly.